Awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the call tonight. I am Matt Gonzalez, Regional Director with Take Shape for Life. And, I just wanted to welcome you all to this call. I wanted to cover a couple quick housekeeping things. If you are in a noisy environment, please go ahead and mute yourself. But we really encourage feedback, conversation. This is an interactive call. So if you have anything you'd like to add or a question you'd like to ask, raise your hand. And then we will call on you. And yeah, by all means, we'd love to hear your feedback. We're going to have some role playing for you tonight. So hopefully it'll give you a little bit of more tools in your tool belt. And this is, I wanted to point out, this is a team for all of us. This is our call. This is our team call. So if you're on this, you're in the right place and you are a business builder in momentum. So congratulations on being here. I'm going to now introduce your global director, Judy.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm so happy to see you all tonight. This is so fun for me every Wednesday. So it's not like before where we kind of all were out here on our own and maybe met up on at events and everything. We really get to be together every Wednesday. And this is really exciting for those of us that are in the trenches and building our business, going at it really hard. And I know that I've been having a really big fun time the last month or two, taking it to the next level here. So tonight we're going to have a really, really interactive call because what we found is that people's number one thing that they want is to know what to say and how to say it. And, it's funny. I know I've said this before, but, people become you're a client and you're going around telling the world and you're so excited and you've lost X amount of pounds or your friend did or whatever. And you're just so comfortable sharing it, just like you saw a good movie or had a great hairdresser. And then the second we become a coach, we're like, don't know what to say. And I'm like, I did the same thing, but it's just human nature that we somehow think it's different, and it's not. So tonight we're going to go ahead and do some role playing and do some really interactive things on what to do and how to say it. And where you find people and what scenarios are going to look like what. So first of all, I want to go ahead and plug a couple events. We've got an event coming up next month, your local event at Everett Community College. Keep in mind, if you just put the second Saturday of every month on your calendar, you're going to be golden. We're going to start at 10 o'clock. What is the date? I want to say it's the 12th, but I know that's wrong. Anyone? I know you guys got calendars. What do we got?
It is the 12th.
It is the 12th. Okay.
It's the 12th.
Okay, good. So July 12th, and then we also have a convention coming up. And that's super exciting because the 17th to the 20th of July is going to be a life-altering event. I just had little birdie in my ear just kind of tell me if, just like the scratch of the scratch of the scratch, and there is so much going to be happening. And it's not just for finding out what's happening, but for the behind the scenes things that are going to be taking place and the life-altering events and people that are going to be touching your life. Just real quick, anybody on the call tonight want to speak to what an event like convention has done for your business? Because honestly, I said to a pre-coach today, she's already set for, to sign up as a coach. And the first thing I'm talking to her about is convention, because I'm going to spend precious time with her. And if she's not serious enough to put out for convention to be like coming up for her to be able to launch her business, that is, I flat told her, I said, well, we can work on your business next year if you don't want to do it this year, because convention's that important for you to be able to. How cool is it that you can launch your business right out of the gate? How cool is it that if you're a seasoned coach, you can go, okay, I'm going to pretend I'm brand new and I'm going all after it and go to convention. Now, this is just, I'm talking to the people that want to build their business. If you're just hanging out and treating this as a hobby, that's great too, you guys. Even one person getting healthy is incredibly life-changing for them. And I am so very thankful for every single health coach that has even gotten one person healthy. So make no mistake, I'm speaking to the people that their desire is to grow their business. So anyone else want to just speak on that before we move on? Chelsea.
Well, I wanted to share because I don't know if everybody has heard this before, but I came to convention in 2010. I'd been a coach for a week, and convention in 2010 changed everything. My story was just a little delayed. I came home from that convention and said to Matt, someday you're going to be the president of our company. And he thought I was nuts. 3 years later, we came back to national convention. I was doing it as a hobby for 2 years. So I didn't go to convention after that for a couple reasons. But when we decided to do this as a business, we came back to national convention. 3 years later, we were doing health coaching full time. So that is the power of what it can do, is it can give you the big picture. I didn't know the big picture, and it did take us a little while to really fully understand it. But if I had never been inspired originally, we would never be health coaching full time at this moment. So convention is really important, and I wish I had never missed it those 2 years that I missed it. So I just wanted to share that.
And I just wanted to add one thing to that. Dr. Anderson said it so well on the leadership call on Monday, and I hope you all had a chance to hear it from his mouth, as I'm sure I'm going to botch this in some way or fashion. But just understanding that, you don't have to believe that this is possible. You don't have to believe that you're going to be replacing your income or come home or whatever it is you're dreaming of creating. You don't necessarily have to believe it, but you know what's really going to help? Being around those people that are doing it. That is going to carry you through that, and it's going to help you see your goal to the end, even when you're not in a place of understanding or believing that it's possible.
I don't think you botched that at all. I think that was awesome. Okay, so let's get right to it, you guys. Let's go ahead and do some role playing in regards to, talking to people. How many people on the call tonight would benefit from hearing how either myself or some of the leaders are explaining the program to people? Pretty much everybody? Okay, so let's go ahead and do a scenario. And Chelsea and Matt, if you guys would be, I can be the coach and you guys could be the prospect. I really don't like that word. How about, the future client? Somebody who wants to throw out a scenario so that we know where to start? Anyone?
I have one from today if you want me to share it.
Okay, that'd be great.
So how much does this cost?
Okay, so what I'm kind of thinking of is not just objections, but like a start to finish role play. But
Okay.
now that you mentioned that, so when you say how much this cost, my response to that is it depends on what you want to accomplish.
Okay.
And so when they say, well, I want to lose weight. Well, I don't know how much you want to lose. Let's really talk about that and what that looks like. And then just like we did on Saturday, I would begin to ask them a bunch of questions in regards to what that looks like for them. And by the time we painted them a picture of what that looks like, then that's when I would be able to say, well, you know what? It really sounds like you qualify to benefit from this program. So I think that you would be really, really excited to move forward in this. Are you ready to get started? And if they say, well, how much is it for what I want to accomplish now? And then simply, your first month's $399. It comes with all your course materials, all your food for the entire month, everything you need to get started on this program. I know how to get you some free food so you can try some new things. And and free shipping and all that. And then after that, it runs about $335 a month in the weight loss phase. And then when we transition you into maintenance, you'll have a better idea of what that's going to look like for you based on what's important for you and what you want. Okay, anybody else have a twist on that? Alan. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Okay, great. One of the things that occurs to me is that a lot of times we're giving people a disease they don't have. If we decide that $399 is too much, that's going to read through.
Mm-hmm.
And so we start talking about, well, it's only $2 and some cents per meal, or $11.90 a day. I actually had a client who thought that it was like going to be really expensive. $330 a month seemed like a lot to him. So because I knew he had money, I just penciled it out for him. Okay, you want to lose this many pounds and it's going to take that many months probably. So say it's going to cost you $2,800 to lose your 500 pounds that you want to lose, your 10 pounds or whatever it was.
500 pounds.
Whatever it was. And you could afford that, right? Because I knew he could. He could go out and buy a $5,000 couch if he wanted to. I said, so you slap it on Visa and there you go. Done deal.
Right. You know, everyone is in such a different scenario. That's why asking questions is such a key aspect to this entire process. Unless we know where they're coming from, who they are, what's important to them, it's really not going to matter to them, and it's not going to be their idea. And if it's not their idea, if they're not literally going, I'm choosing to do this, then there's no amount of facts that are going to change that. Jessica.
First of all, I'm sorry I'm eating, but I feel like I'm going to pass out, so I had to make my landing great. Anyways, I wanted to mention, I was talking to Chelsea today, that I spoke with somebody and I did something very different. I aimed, and I didn't just ask a couple questions, but I really got down to the nitty-gritty with this person who, there was a little bit of a language barrier, so I had already kind of set myself up to be like, this is going to be really hard. But I said, you know what, put all that aside, and you can still aim with this person. You still can speak the same language. And so we did, and then we got down to what it cost, and she goes, well, and then what else? And I said, that's it. I said, it's the best value you can find anywhere else, because you get, and I started listing off all the things that she wants for only that. And I said, then you have all the support and community for life. And she just kept asking. She didn't understand. She's like, that's so cheap. What other cost? I'm like, there's no other cost.
Exactly. And I'm so glad that you brought that up, because that's what I've found more often than not. I mean, people are like, well, what are the sign-up fees? And what are the monthly minimums? And what are the this and that? And you're like, and what's the catch with the free coach? You know, stuff like that. So you guys, really, we've got the goods. We have got the goods. So with that, let's just go ahead and do a scenario. Say we're talking, let's practice explaining the program to someone. Someone knows nothing about the program and is interested. Maybe, you know, a scenario would be, maybe there's some interest on Facebook. Maybe you're calling them from your share list, and you've sparked some interest. Anybody want to throw out a scenario that would really benefit you for us to do tonight? Anyone? Okay, Bridget.
Yes, am I unmuted? Yes. Okay, thanks. Hi, everybody. I would like somebody to do a scenario with, let's say you have a chiropractor that you feel would really benefit and reach a lot of people with his practice. I would love to see that role played, because I have that real life scenario. And I will take good mental notes, and then I'll have it on the recording, so I'll watch it again.
Okay. Okay. So, Brigitte, I'm going to go ahead and take that one offline because it's not an everyday scenario. And you and I can work on that together because 9 out of 10 coaches are not going to be having that scenario. Do you mind if you and I do that on a offline thing?
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'm happy to do that with you. I want to really just help the masses that are on an everyday level here. And a chiropractor is kind of a specialty item, if that's okay.
Well, the next thing I'd like to do is hear you draw somebody out with questions. That's my second request, and then I'm done. I'll be quiet.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But, really, that's a great one. And Chelsea and Matt, you guys want to do this one with me?
Give me that.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys unmuted?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so throw something at me, you guys.
I'm going to give you a scenario, but Matt's going to be the potential client.
Okay.
So he's an athlete looking for some additional income. So it's a little, is that okay if we go there?
There's a lot of people looking for some additional income.
Okay, but he has no weight to lose, but he's trying to figure out how this weight loss program would benefit him.
Okay, great. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
So I'm calling you.
Yeah, you're calling Matt.
Have we spoke before?
Let's go with
Networking.
networking. So we loosely know each other.
Loosely. So we met networking. He had some interest in wondering how this would fit into his realm.
Sure.
Okay, great. Hi, Matt. It's Judy, your health coach. We met the other day networking. How's it going?
I'm doing great, Julie. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah. Well, I promised I'd follow up with you and kind of answer some of your questions. I know I sent you an email kind of going over the logistics of our program and letting you know my story on there. But I really wanted to answer your questions and find out how we could work together and if it's even a match for us to go further with that. Is that good? Is this
that would be amazing.
Is this a good time for you?
Oh yeah, this is a great time.
Great. Okay, so you got the information that I sent you, and and so my first question is, do you have any questions in regards to that information that I sent you?
Well, it all looked really good to me. And see, my situation is, I've been doing this for so long. I have a lot of people come up to me and say, well, I want to do the things you do, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to be like you, but it's really hard to see these people where they're at, and to just, because a lot of people are thinking they're going to get immediate results, or there's a magic thing that happens. And it's as trying to coach them along in what I've done, there's so much of a gap between where they're at and where I'm at. I want to find something that's going to help them get to those goals. And I just wanted to kind of explore really how your program can help them and really help me, because I came to this seeing a really good opportunity for a business opportunity.
And so, I know you've been an athlete for a very long time, and I love that you have a heart for health because you want that for other people. And what I'm hearing is that you realize that 95% of us don't have that athlete mentality, and in real life we really can't sustain that. And you've got people for a little short time, and then the rest of the time they're on their own and they don't know what to do. So if you had an added value to what you can give people that is a turnkey, easy button for them to create health in their life and really see what long-term health could look like, something that is sustainable, that they can actually do, would that benefit what your goals are for your clients?
Most definitely. I would love that. And if it could be an efficient process, simply because I'm so busy lately. I mean, even with myself, I'm really good at staying active, but beyond that, helping people to do what I do and helping people to achieve their weight goals and their health goals, that would be fantastic. That would be great.
if you could do that, what would that do for you in your life in regards to how that would make you feel and the accomplishment that you want from that?
Well, if I could really provide this service to other people and make a little bit of extra income, and really that would allow me to kind of buy some of my life back. So maybe I wouldn't have to be so busy. I could spend more time with my wife. And I think that would make me feel really good that, these people are then going to be succeeding in more areas than just being active. Because I know a lot of them struggle, and I even have some people that come to me that don't really want to be coming to me, to be honest with you, and I see that they do it because they think they're going to get to the weight they want to by doing this. And it's really hard to tell them that sometimes just increasing your activity, you're not going to see the numbers you want on the scale, definitely.
Well, as you know that this as well as anyone else, is that the exercise is only 20% of complete wellness. And, I can see that you would really, really qualify to benefit from this health coaching opportunity and this value added revenue for your business. And, our next step would be to get together, and I would really sit down with you and show you how the logistics of this simple turnkey operation would really benefit you. And the value that's going to come to your establishment is going to be bar none like anything you've ever done. And people are going to be signing up with you because they see that they're getting results. People going in your place are coming out healthier. And that's going to be something that's going to start spreading. And that's going to be something that's going to change the way you look at optimal health for you and your clients. How's that sound for you?
That sounds great. When can we do that?
Okay, you guys. So there you go. Now you make the appointment. How was that for everybody? Okay, does anybody have some feedback on that? Can you see how that would work? That same scenario is working in daily things with a layman person, like somebody who just wants to get healthy. How you can really go to, well, let me ask you a few questions and see what part of this program you're going to qualify for. And from there, just saying that is going to open the door for you to ask all kinds of questions. Anyone else have some comments on that? I've got a quiet bunch tonight, don't I? Okay, so with that, we're getting up on the hour here, and I'm going to have Matt and Chelsea wrap it up. If you guys want to do another role play, who would be up to be the pre-client? Anyone want to raise their hand? Anyone? Okay, Jessica, you want to do one with Matt and Chelsea? Okay, let's do that so we have that on the recording as well.
Okay. So, Jessica, go ahead and give me a scenario.
Okay. So I'm your pre-client, and we met at a baby shower. You sat next to me, and you shared that you had started getting healthy, and I had just had a baby and was ready to start losing weight.
Okay. So, hey, Jessica, it's Chelsea, your health coach. I met you at the baby shower. How are you doing today?
Oh, hey, Chelsea. How are you? I'm doing good.
Good. Do you have a few minutes to chat?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I just wanted to give you a call because I know at the baby shower it was hard to really get into any sort of details, and I had shared with you a little bit of my really exciting journey I've been on. And you had shared with me that you were contemplating kind of going in that route and getting healthier and losing some weight. Is that still right?
Yeah, I just had my second child, and I've always struggled with my weight, but now I'm at a point where I'm at my heaviest and I'm really desperate.
Okay, so do you mind if I ask you a few questions to kind of find out more about that?
No, as long as you don't ask my weight.
That's okay. I don't need to know your weight. The reason I like to ask these questions, though, is to get to know you better, and also to really find out where you want to go and what you want to create, because then I can help you get there. And that's what my health coach has done for me. And so that's what I do now as a health coach. So my first question is, if I could just wave a magic wand and give you optimal health, what would that mean to you? What would that look like for you?
Wow, that's kind of a big idea. I've always shot pretty small because I've failed a lot in the past, and so I don't want the letdown to be too great. But if you're talking magic, let's go with I'm going to have plenty of energy for my kids, and I'm not going to be controlled by the obsession of my next meal.
I like that. So you want kind of a calm space in your head.
Yes.
Okay, I really like that. So if you were now, can you tell me, you don't have to tell me your weight right now, but what is your goal weight in your head? What would that magic number be?
Well, I have seen a BMI chart, and my healthy BMI seems pretty radical. But again, if you're talking magic, I guess magic would be like 140.
Okay. So if you can imagine yourself at 140 pounds right now, and you have energy to play with your kids, you have the calm in your head so you're not worried about your next item that you're going to eat, what would that do in your life? How would life be different for you?
Well, to be honest, I can't imagine it. That seems really far-fetched from where I am and how I've always lived my life.
Okay.
But just to even dream that I had some energy and dream a little bit that I had basically the energy to play with my kids and the lack of obsession with what food we have at the house or where we're going and where we get to go out to eat, I think I would feel some freedom.
Okay. How would that impact, if you're feeling better about yourself and you have freedom to not be obsessing, how would that impact your family and the people that care about you?
I think I would be more mentally available to
Okay.
have fun or interact, or I wouldn't be so caught up and distracted.
I like that. That's a neat idea. And how would you feel if you had that mental freedom to be in the moment with your family? How would that make you feel?
Pretty cool. Because I feel like sometimes even if I'm present, I'm missing out.
That's awesome. And the reason I wanted to ask you all these questions, like I said, was to find out where you want to go. So the really neat thing about this program is it does help you not just with reaching a healthy weight, but with reaching a healthy mindset. And that is a lot of times not talked about, or it's left out. If you've ever dieted before, how many diets talk about that? Not a lot.
None.
None, right? So the really neat thing about this is a journey, and you get to work on creating that healthy mind. There's education to help you get there. You have lots of support. We have lots of tools that will help support you, including having a free health coach. It's really neat that as you move forward in this journey, you don't have to believe it. I will believe it for you. I've helped a lot of people reach those dreams that they didn't believe at first. So I get really excited to hear all these ideas that you have and how that will make you feel when you get there. So it sounds like you're ready to get started on your journey.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
What is standing in your way right now?
I feel like there's another failure around the corner.
Okay. And what would happen if you failed again?
I feel like I would let myself down and again, my family.
Okay. So when you've done that in the past, when you've failed, did you have support?
Usually just my husband.
Okay. But you didn't have anybody going ahead of you that has done this path?
No.
Okay. I will say that, I've had my own struggles. I didn't share that with you, but I am very transparent about my own journey. And everybody has different triggers. but all of that is talked about and delved into in the education materials. And so I just want you to be aware of that, because if you're afraid of those triggers coming up, that is something we're going to work on.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, because I can't just keep avoiding them. They keep coming back.
Okay, so why don't we set an appointment to get you started? Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Okay, so we're going to stop the role play.
That was awesome, you guys. And, you know, I love how, Chelsea, you addressed what she was afraid of. And, you know, letting them know that, you know, this isn't a lifelong commitment. This is different than anything you've ever done. And you don't know what this is going to look like. And I understand, and acknowledging her fear, I understand that you're afraid, because I was afraid too. And I tried everything too. Or, you know, if you don't have a weight loss story, I know tons of people who have, you know, tried everything and they didn't think that this was any different. The reality of it is, I'm going to believe for you, and I'm going to remind you of the things that are important to you, so that when you're struggling, which you will, and those triggers will come up, I'm going to stand up for you and believe in you and be there for you when you can't be there for yourself. And that's going to be something that's going to take you to the next level, because that's the difference between right now and long-term success. And, you know, if you can bring somebody to saying, you know, anybody can do anything for 30 days. Let's just try it for 30 days. This isn't a marriage proposal. We can do this together. And let's just get started on this so that you can get closer to what you want, because I know it's important to you to A, B, C, and D, all the things that she listed. Always end the call, end the conversation with reminding them what they told you in the beginning. Not after the first question, but the fifth and the sixth and the seventh question that really got down to the nitty gritty. That's what you're going to remind them at the end. And then say, are you ready to get started? And just stop talking. Anybody have anything to add to that? Was this helpful for you guys? Anybody get a little nugget out of what Chelsea just did and what we did earlier?
I have to say, if I can cut in here for a second, I like how Chelsea backed off a little bit when she noticed I was scared and said, let's make an appointment to get you started.
Yeah.
I'm using that. Because I remember I was scared in the beginning, and by backing off a little bit and then reassuring me that she's going to be there to walk me through those things and stand up for me made a huge difference.
And I think that that's so key for so many people. And at the same time, you have to really be cognizant of who you're talking to, because if a lot of times, if you don't get them started right there, they're going to talk themselves right out of it a day or two later. And that's happened to me many times. So when I say, are you ready to get started? That's when I'm going to see whether or not we need to wait. Because if they go, okay, or if they're, but there's a fine line with that. And I don't know if Chelsea and you guys have had that, but I've done it a lot of times where I've wished I would have went ahead and got them signed up right there when they were hot and heavy and ready to go. Because the few times that that's happened to me, it was because maybe I was in the middle of something and I didn't, and then I get back to them a day later and they've talked themselves out of it. So that may be a different scenario, but you just be cognizant that can happen. Chelsea and Matt, have you had that happen too? Yeah. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop the recording now. And does anybody have any quick questions before I do that? Anyone? No? Okay. Well, congratulations on being on the call tonight, you guys. And this will be recorded and we'll upload that. And let's go out there and get America healthy and get with your business mentor this week, I would suggest that let me challenge you to just call your business mentor tomorrow and check in with them, even if it's a 2 to 5 minute phone call, just to kind of give you some more accountability and help you reach your goals that you have for the rest of this month. Because we're coming up on, today's the 18th, so we've got a good week and a half, almost 2 weeks left of the month, and we can get a lot of things done. It's super exciting. So challenge yourself to do a mid-month call with your business mentor tomorrow, and let's rock this thing, because June is an awesome month to get healthy. So congratulations, you guys, for being on the call, and let's go get America healthy. Good night.
Good night.